Welcome to JSA TV and JSA Podcast, where we're covering the latest stories, trends, and innovations from leaders across the digital infrastructure world. We are coming to you from PTC in beautiful Honolulu, Hawaii right now, and we've grabbed Colby Cox with DC Byte to talk about quite a few things, including a lot of growth that you guys have been having in the Americas. But first, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I look forward to the discussion and adding any value we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And dressed for the occasion, I might say, with a great Hawaiian
you
shirt.
got to come prepared for Hawaii and ready to go.
It's Hawaii. You do have to come prepared. So I appreciate the game. Well, let's get down to it and let's talk about what you guys have had. You've had a lot of expansion, a lot of things going on in the Americas since you were last year on JSA TV. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about the expansion of both people and places across the Americas?
Yeah. So I've been with DC Byte now 6 months. I've tripled our team. Opened a new office. We've visited a total of 53 markets in the 6 months that I've been. So down into Latin America, enhancing our team down in the Latin American markets to obviously better cover the very big emerging market, as well as adding more and more staff to the U.S. So I'm currently looking at adding an additional 2 more analysts in the data center space for the team in Virginia. So it's been an onslaught of activity, tons of new opportunities with customers, and really taking advantage of the global expansion we've had with our EMEA and APAC teams and looking at some potential new things in MENA as well.
I think I'm hearing a little plug saying that he's hiring people.
Yes.
Well, all of these moves are designed to bring DC Byte's cutting edge analytics to the Americas data center market, which is growing, exponentially. I don't have to tell you that. So what are some of the growth and challenges that your team is seeing across the region right now?
Keeping up. I think that's for the industry in general is keeping up with the power demands that we're seeing, the connection or the connectivity, I should say, and just making sure we can get to everything that we need to. So part of the way that we go about what we do is actually visiting the market, meeting with the operators, meeting with the suppliers who are providing the equipment or goods, services, whatever it may be, for the data center. So keeping up with that pace of demand and pace of supply that's coming to the market, that is really big. But right now we're tracking over 90 gigawatts globally, over 7,000 assets, team of 40, half of that is analysts. So it's really continuing to grow and find new ways to take the company and to be smarter about how we do things and continually advance the platform.
Yeah, and since you mentioned that, advancing that platform, how does the team plan to do that, while driving innovation and staying ahead of the curve when it comes to providing that global data center intelligence?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's something we're always actively looking at. There's a lot of things from AI that we can utilize to help automate some of the simple tasks that are public-facing data and content that we can pull in. Yeah, to be able to do that, I'm looking at various partnerships for companies that do things that aren't necessarily in our swim lane, but they're advantageous for the data center community to understand. So how can we create the tactical partnerships to get us to where we need to go, and then utilize the same technology that we're talking about on a day-to-day basis to really help us be more focused on actually being in the markets, visiting. Like as a good example, I'll be in Chile, Santiago, Chile, Bogota, Colombia, Costa Rica, and then more than likely Sao Paulo and Rio over the next 3 to 4 months. On top of a million other events and site visits. My team is out right now visiting Minnesota. They were in Chicago last week. We were in Arizona. So it's really trying to capitalize on all of the technology so that way the people can do what people do best and go out and have conversations, meet with the community, and really get a better gauge for what's really happening in the data center world.
That's absolutely a great way of looking at it and leveraging the people to the fullest. Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to. That's our biggest asset is the people. There's a lot of stuff in the data center world that people want to automate, and there's a certain level you can automate, of course. But at the end of the day, it's about the relationships. It's about how we interact with the operators, with everybody in the community, the private equity groups that are investing the capital into the industry, and how we can build that out. We're also looking at additional paths that we can take to bring more of the supplier community in to really create a fully rounded out platform that will help from the life cycle of a data center deployment, site selection, cover everything. So it's really looking at ways that we can try to build it out to be the one-stop shop that we want to be.
Yeah. Well, anything else that you would like our viewers to know about with all of the developments that you have going on?
It's growth. Honestly, back to the plug earlier. If anybody is looking to get into the data center world as a data center analyst, do a bunch of travel. I'm definitely looking for people. So it's a good time to kind of get into the space. But outside of that, it's just growth. I mean, we've got a massive trajectory in front of us with everything that we're doing globally, and now really taking over the U.S. market. And Latin America. It's just gonna be a rocket ship from here on out.
Well, we look forward to keeping up with you, and hopefully we can get an update at the next JSA TV, since it sounds like you'll have people in all corners of the world,
that we
essentially.
Will. Yeah.
So thank you so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your time here at PTC. And thanks to our viewers for tuning in. Stay connected, everyone.